Hi, I'm Barbara H. Smith, known as the Masterful Presenter. If you could figure out a universal language, personality code that connects with potential client, how powerful would that be? I empower people to communicate better what they do, what they have, and what they bring to the table. People love to buy. I don't need you to sell it to me. I come in there with an intention, and that's what you're going to do going forward. You're going to go into networking events with intention.
I am here benefiting from the wisdom of Barbara Smith.
She gave so much information on how I can just excel in my business, and I'm taking it to a whole nother level.
I'm learning a lot that I didn't really know about my business.
The information that she's been presenting has been informative and helpful to me.
If you have not been in the presence of Ms. Holmes Smith, you need to make sure you do so. Her workshops are authentic. She comes with such training, and she just graces you with her presence, and she allows you to feel the experience like none other before.
Let's go!
I want to turn my mic on. Welcome, welcome, welcome. That was a jam right there. Welcome to the Barbara H. Smith Show, where we expose and showcase businesses. We talk about businesses' profiles. We showcase them. We bring you tons of information, and we're here tonight to do the same thing again. So I am so excited about who we have on the platform, on the show tonight. In addition to that, upcoming this week, coming up, June 7th. Can you believe it's June already? June the 7th through the 13th, we have the Black Business Expo USA coming up. Are you ready for the awesomeness of all these Black businesses? 100 speakers on the platform showing us all kinds of information, giving us seminars, workshops, and guess what the mission is? The mission is for our kids. The mission is to provide up to $5,000 in scholarship money and laptops to our community's children. Won't you be a part next week, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m.? I'm going to be on the platform. I want to see you there. And now, oh my gosh, I want to introduce to you Minister Antonio Grace, Sr. He is a true active servant in the community, sharing his knowledge of financial strategies. Since 2002, he has been an ordained minister, and he serves the ministry of First Baptist Church, Denby in Newport News, Virginia. He serves those who are hospitalized, sick, or shut in. Grace, a native Cincinnati, Ohioan, currently resides in Williamsburg, Virginia, and is a 20-year United States Army disabled veteran. Thank you for your service, sir. We appreciate that. He loves teaching other people about how to create wealth by leveraging their networks and increasing their knowledge about wealth. Brother Grace is passionate about ministries in foreign countries throughout Africa and all over the world. He assists businesses to obtain real estate and funding to match the needs of their growing organizations. Brother Grace is also on a mission to teach the body of Christ how to leverage the power of saving so they're sowing into their future and back into the ministry all at the same time. His motto, this is ministry, is not a job. I want to put your hands together for Brother Antonio Grace Sr.
Wow, wow. Look at here. Look at here.
Here we go. Here we go.
Woo, did it. Boy, it gave you that Michael Jackson spirit back, didn't it?
Antonio Grace, welcome to the Barbara Smith Show. I am so excited and honored and humbled that you would come and be with me on tonight. So welcome.
I'm humble, Barbara. You have no idea the things that we have crossed paths on, and I came across how you have been highlighting things, catching some of your workshops, Barbara. I knew this was going to be you. I'm telling you, and somebody better let Oprah know that, hey, we got our own Oprah right here on Hampton Roads. I'm telling you.
I appreciate you so much. So let the audience know about, do you remember how long ago we met?
Wow. Barbara, we met, it had to have been at least about 10 years ago.
Yes, sir.
In another networking circle, and
yes, sir, it was.
And I the cream of the crop always rise to the top.
What can we say? Right? So I want to talk right away about what you're involved in now. You have been involved in many businesses over the years, but right now you're involved in something extremely exciting, and I want to jump right in and talk about what that is.
Okay, so let me sort of bring something home to you, Barbara, on this aspect, and I think it's very important for your viewers. One of the things is we have been indulged in so many things that was not successful that now we have this feeling that nothing works. The only thing works is a 9 to 5. That's how we really feel. A lot of folks feel like, you know what, I can't do anything else. My dreams, my visions, my goals are really just going to be put on hold, because that seems to be the way to do it. Is hit a time clock and work for 40 years and then live off half of what you have. But we are flipping the script. We are dealing with 3 generations. We're dealing with the baby boomers. We're dealing with the seniors. We're dealing with the youth. Everything that we're doing right now on the Forex market of XFX is for everybody.
That's phenomenal. Now, you said some words right there that I know that you are indulged into Forex, and you're immersed in Forex, but there may be people in my audience that doesn't know or don't know what is Forex.
Okay, so let me kind of everybody is used to a normal presentation. Okay, they get a normal presentation, and they sort of their enthusiasm is lit up at the time, and then all of a sudden they go in their pockets, they make some phone calls, they ask their wife or their husband, baby, I need you to see this because I really want to make a decision. And the thing about it is, this is date money. Listen to what I'm saying. This is date money that can take your family legacy to the next level. Date money. And I think it's very important for your audience to really capture that. And I think that once they see the presentation that I sent you, I think they have a real good understanding. But Forex is trading. It's trading on a $7.3 trillion platform. It's bigger than Wall Street. Okay, they move money like nobody else's money. Okay, so I really like for them to see this presentation, so that way they have an understanding of what this horse is. Because right now we got the cart in front of the horse, but if we can somehow finagle and get that presentation up, I think it really will open up their eyes. So what I had to share with them, they can have a picture to it. I think that would be very good if that's possible.
Well, you sent something to me. I'm not sure which one is the presentation. What I'd like to do right now is
Sure.
if Adrian is in the background, I'd like to bring him up and let him explain, and then let me try to pull a presentation for them to see it.
Oh, that'd be great. So let me do this. Is Adrian in the background?
So I'm here.
So, all right. So, Adrian, welcome to the show, brother. Welcome to the show.
How you doing? How you doing? Thank you
So,
for.
so let me share something with everybody. It's very important that folks understand who this individual is. And if you go to my website, extremefx.org, you're going to see a presentation. You're going to see the leaders team in a very short brief. Okay. Mr. Adrian Sloan made his first $1 million when he was in his 20s. Not only is that he's a $1 million entrepreneur, he's a business owner, he's a mentor, not just to us adults and our seniors, but he's a mentor to the children, to the youth. And I'm not just talking about 17, 18, 19 years old, because when I say Extreme FX is for everyone, they eliminated the age group out of the way. So Adrian Sloan, this is a $1 million chief financial officer right here. And with that being said, Mr. Adrian Dynamite Sloan.
Man, I thank you for that grand introduction, sir. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And Miss Barber, thank you for having me on the show. And teammates, I appreciate you, and I apologize on short notice. I wasn't able to be in a stable place, but I want to be in here with you guys so we can dive in. So I'm here to answer any question. And Ms. Barber, first of all, congratulations to you, to all your success and all the great things that's going on with your platform, and all of you that's being blessed from what you're consistently doing, which is empowering people. And that's what most people don't do a good job of, is reaching back and pulling up. And we just want to say thank you. You know, we salute to you for allowing this platform to be a place that our brothers and sisters can come from across the world and get, prominent information to take their lives to the next level. It's so vitally important that we get information. The wealth is in the knowledge. It's not in the, it's in the knowledge. And so we can come together on forums like this and get information and take our lives to the next level. That's what it's all about. So before we go any further, and I appreciate that great introduction by my brother Grace, but I just want to say, Ms. Barber, thank you for allowing this platform to be here so we could be in this moment. So thank you so much. So I'm ready to move forward, Ms. Barber.
I appreciate your being here, Adrian, and we have some upcoming events that you're going to be a part of that I'm so excited that you're going to be on the Black Business Expo USA next week. But tonight, I want you to, if I'm not able to bring up the presentation that Antonio Grace, that's on my fault. But you are the founder. You are the one. You are the man that can help us understand, first and foremost, what is Forex? For the audience to know, just give us an explanation of what that is and what that means.
Okay, absolutely, no problem. All right, so Forex is short, right? That's a short word for foreign exchange. It's a nickname, right? So Forex, Forex, right? Foreign exchange is what the true word is, and foreign exchange is no different if we travel around the country, as many of us do, if you have an opportunity to do so, and you exchange currencies from countries to countries. So as I always tell my students, we was always taught on the stock market, right? But stocks are companies, as you're changing company equities from company to company. But currencies is countries, right? So as we're exchanging money from country to country, this is where foreign exchange and foreign currencies come into play. That if we were to travel right now, let's just say we go to Europe, right? And we had to go through the airport, we would have to exchange our US dollar, right, for the euro. Or we go to Canada, we have to exchange it for the CAD. Or we go to Mexico, we have to change it for the peso. Because these are different countries, foreign exchange is how we exchange our currency. So whether one is higher in value than the other. And so what we teach people is how to understand the exchange rate that's going on through countries and exchange them, whether on a buy or a sell, to make a profit. And so this has been going on for hundreds of years, obviously. And now we're just having an opportunity to partake in this conversation where wealth is now at the tip of our fingertips to be able to partake in this digitally, right? Versus just going to the airport and exchanging. My father's military, so he used to travel all around the world and, had to exchange money, right, before he would come back to the U.S. Now we can do this, ladies and gentlemen, from my cell phone. We can do this from our laptop. And so the foreign exchange is just a place where money exchanges from country to country, and we have an opportunity to make a profit.
Now that is what I know about foreign exchange. However, for the audience, that seems far-fetched. Maybe. There are some people in the audience that know all about foreign exchange. You said something really, really critical that I want everyone to make sure they get. And that is, we just came to the table.
Absolutely.
As a people, we just came to the table, right? And so right now wealth is being exchanged at massive rates.
Absolutely.
Because of what? Because we can do this different, right?
That's right. That's right.
So I really want you to dig into how important it is for us to really understand the exchange of currency as opposed to the exchange of money, the exchange of going from one country to the next country instead of just we want to spend our dollars.
Mm-hmm.
And our dollars today are almost worthless.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
But when we exchange money with other countries and you know exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to stop, that's where millionaires and billionaires are made.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so that's a very powerful place because as we said, we just came to the table with this, right? And I always say, what wealth is a secret, right? To those that it hasn't been informed. But wealth is really not a secret. It's just what table are you sitting at when the conversation is happening.
Come on now.
And so it all boils down to what table are you sitting at, right? And so in some of our, other constituents, it's a regular household conversation, And so this is why I pass it down from generation to generation. It's not that it's secondhand information, and I'm gonna be quite candid. Again, one thing my father taught me, going in the military, and I refer to him a lot because he taught me a lot. As I hope, some of my brothers and sisters' parents have put seeds in them because that's what true generational wealth come from. But it used to be said, if you want to hide something from a black or brown person, you put it in the book, and so because our people didn't read, right? And we used to get beat for reading. We used to get scarred for wanting to get empowerment. This is a fact of our culture. And so being that it was put in a position that we were scarred for learning, a lot of our people shunned it, right? As if, that information was too good for us or we weren't good enough for it. But in other cultures, it's a sit down conversation where it's mandatory to learn the language of wealth. Wealth is a language. Just as we speak French or we speak Spanish, money is a language.
Say it again.
And so if you learn how to speak the language of wealth, you end up being in a position that you naturally, as a byproduct, become wealthy because you understand how to manifest the words. You understand how to put the lingo together. And so when you go to certain tables, they don't treat you foreign. They treat you as your domestic. They treat you as you're one of their own, not because of the color of your skin, but because of the knowledge in your head. When you can be separated by your knowledge, then you earn your spot at that table where that wisdom is being shared. But if you get a seat at the table, but you can't speak the language, you automatically look like a foreigner because you don't understand the language. So we have to get to a point where wealth becomes domestic. It's something that we naturally know how to talk about, right? So I don't care if you take me to China, you take me to South Africa, Canada, Mexico, you put me at any table on God Green's earth that speaks a money language, I'll speak it fluently. And so this is how we have to be, and so in a place now where digital is where is that we can Google anything, ladies and gentlemen. Anything is Google. So we can't say anyone no longer is hiding something for us because we have something called cell phones. So we have something called the World Wide Web. You know what I mean? Things have been collapsed right now. So now, and I'm gonna make this point as we go to our next question here, but now it used to be said, okay, people didn't have time or information wasn't there. But now that everything can be Googled, why don't you have time now? See, now is a thing of, are you lazy or not? Hello. So now it's not a thing of being hid. Is, are you a self-starter? Are you a person that's really hungry and thirsty for that knowledge? Because if that's the case, it's available. You know, it's available. So being that we can seek this information out digitally, being that we can exchange our currency digitally, it is a true fact. In our company right now, we have something called trade alerts, that if you as a person who had no knowledge of how to trade, you can copy the right cat, right? Everything in success is a copycat business. You just got to learn how to copy the right cat. And so in our system, we send out trade alerts every single day that if a person had no knowledge of how to trade, we teach them how to copy and paste the signals. If they copy and paste, they become profitable. See, I learned that application, if you apply, this is how you truly learn. So if we show you what to do, just like before we knew that red fruit with a stem on it was called an apple, they showed us a picture, right? They showed us a picture. And then when we realized that that red fruit with a stem on it was called a bowl, right? Before we can pronounce the word, they showed us an image, right? So we can show you how to copy and paste with a layman's understanding, just follow and copy the right cat, and we can help you become profitable. Naturally, you will start learning how to apply this information. So now, as we give you the signals, once you become the signal on your own because you applied it, copying the right cats, your confidence goes up. So what we like to teach people is how to become more confident.
Absolutely.
If you become confident and competent in what you're understanding, is easier to acquire more wealth. See, we can't be afraid of that. We can't be afraid of acquiring. And so our system is set up that, yes, if a person didn't believe it, if they didn't understand it, if they got on their cell phone or got on one of our seminars and copy and paste it, we can get them profitable immediately. So if their mother didn't teach them, their father didn't teach them, you can get in an environment with leaders that's going to help you. And that's another key factor. You have to be in an environment of winning, an environment of productive leaders making a movement. And I believe that's what we have at Extreme Effects Global Academy. We have an environment of people like Mr. Grace that's helping many people learn. And we just excited to help do that digitally. So you don't have to travel around the world anymore. We can do this from the convenience of our cell phone.
And that's what's really critical. One of the things I want to ask you, thank you for that. I'm telling you, people that don't know need to know that we are in a place in time that there is no excuse for not being wealthy. There's no excuse. Okay. So what I want you to talk to is, you have figured out how to combine something we call Bitcoin and FX, Forex.
Community tokens. You're talking community tokens, common community tokens. See, this is the thing. Before, brother, I told y'all he dynamites alone. So ain't nobody like him. When he walks in the room, everything go boom. Everything go boom. The community tokens is, and this is the thing. If you are not, if you're looking toward the future and you expect to have some money, and I'm not talking about the fiat type of money that's going to go eventually go to zero. Okay, I'd rather have $100,000 worth of cryptocurrency or common unity tokens versus $100,000 of cash in the bank. Let me tell you why.
You said something right there. I want you to pause. See, because y'all rolling, and it's folks that's going to miss some stuff, and I don't want them to miss it. You said fiat currency. You ain't talking about a car. You're talking about paper, coins, right? So make sure you recognize that everybody don't know what you're talking about, right?
Oh, so. My apologies. So family, the fiat currency is that thing that's in your pocket that you give it so much value. But since COVID, you really don't want to touch it that much. So you really want to use your card. Okay. So a lot of folks went to using their debits and credit cards. So they ain't got to touch that money because it came from somebody else's pocket. So that fiat currency is really a promissory note. That's all it is. Somebody has printed this out and they said, we promise you that when you get to the cash register, this is what the value is going to be. Now, we all know from when we go back 20 years, okay, I'm showing my age a little bit, I could buy some groceries that would carry me for the whole week, if not week and a half, okay? But $20 now, you don't even need a basket. That's a sandwich. That's a sandwich. I went to the store and got a cup of coffee from Panera Bread and a sandwich. That was about $20. So the fiat currency, we have to get away from this green money and look into the future money. So when I see extreme FX, I see future money. That's the common unity token. Our date money can make us $1 million if we put the work into it. That's all we have to do. We just have to put the work in. Now, I don't know what kind of work you're going to do, but the work I'm going to do is going to give me those $1 million. Okay. But the work that you're going to do is going to be different. So the fiat money is really the paper piece. Okay. So I'm a hand the mic back to my big brother Sloan but I also want you to understand this right here. He have a group called Young Guns. You have to ask him about the Young Guns.
Okay. That's a lead in. That's a lead in. Did you hear that? Did you hear that, Brother Sloan?
Yes, ma'am.
What about the Young Guns?
Yes, ma'am. Listen, I told you I come from a military background. I speak when spoken to, and I follow directions. But the Young Gun stands for Generation Under New Zeal, GUNZ. It's one of my most prized possessions. My previous background is a youth pastor. My previous background is working with community and children. I worked on a lot of economic development programs in my city and urban development. And I understand that our children can be a product of their environment physically, but what we can make them a problem of their environment of mentally as well if we give them another environment, right? And so the Young Guns program, Generation Under New Zeal, so guns is spelled G-U-N-Z because our young people are powerful, right? When we look at our young children, they look to be a threat. They look to be, as if they're an issue, but they're not, right? They're one of the most powerful resources in this whole world is our youth. And so it's all in how we use that youthness, right? And so what we did was I took a program I have been working on for about 10 years. I have several youth entrepreneurs in the city of Charlotte that I've mentored that became six-figure earners. And I helped them do that right out of high school and college. And now in their 20s, they six-figure earners. You realize that the average person never makes a six-figure income, right? The average median income in America is $57,000. And that's what a four-year degree in the master's. And they pay back debt for 30 years. Let's follow that. But only 4% of America makes over $100,000. And so to be able to take a young person between the ages of 18 and 21 and turn them to a six-figure earner is a big deal. Not just because of the money that they make, but the person that they become, how they impact their generation and legacy beyond. I remember the first time I seen an African-American male making $100,000, I just thought I saw a gladiator. You know what I mean? He was in the suit and he was doing well. I saw something to look up to. So when we created this program, it was to take young individuals and show them another way of how they can learn money at a young age. So that program, it starts at age 8 years old. It starts at third grade, goes all the way up through college, right? So if they 18, 20, 21, they can still be in our program. So we have an academy that's put together specifically to teach them money, the language of money, the conversation of money. So they learn the trade. They learn how, to put in support and resistance and trend lines. They learn how the market fluctuation with price action works. They understand the market so that they become independent. And what happens is twice a week on Monday, I do an overview call with me and my team of the Extreme team and Extreme FX Over Academy. We get together and we help out. Then on Wednesdays, we have something called Study Hall, where they all get together and it's all about the youth. They actually have their own call where they go to the chart and they trade amongst their peers. They have their own Instagram and Telegram group. So they have their own peer group, just like a fraternity or sorority that they can come to and be themselves. I do not allow the adults to overshadow them at all, because we want an environment where children can be children. This environment is put together for them to grow. So we have to allow them to be their authentic self, ask questions, have fun, and grow on their own pace. And so we have a group of traders right now. I got 15 years old. You guys is 15 and 16 making $15,000 and $2,000 a month. I got a young lady 10 years old making $2,000 a month. She's 10 years old, because it's not the money, it's the discipline of how we've taught them. See, when you learn trading, you learn discipline.
That's awesome.
See, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So we could teach them how to be disciplined. It's going to make them better students when they're in school. It's going to make them better ball players when they go to play with their teams. It's going to make them have more mannerism with their parents, because I talk to their parents, believe it or not. I ask them, how's this academy affecting your child at home? And I get great results, because they know they can't be in my academy if they misbehaving. If they got bad grades, if they're not taking out the trash, if they're not cleaning up their room, they cannot be in our academy. So we want well-rounded individuals, not just money makers. That's the easy part. I can teach anybody how to make money, but we want to teach people how to be good people. So the Young Guns program is set up that young entrepreneurs can come into our program and learn how to trade and how to do business in the civil matter. We have organizations, colleges, and youth programs sponsoring children now. It's such a blessing. They're paying the tuition of our children that they can come in and learn how to trade. We have urban programs in inner cities that children need help with, and then they're nonprofits and they 501c3s donate to that child's education and sponsor them for a year, because there's only $99 to become a student, and so they sponsor some of our children for a whole year. I mean, I just think that's so powerful, because the program.
Yes. So I want to cut you off for a second, because I want to bring up this presentation, and I want you to continue to talk about the Young Guns program. I want you also to continue to talk about how you're helping other organizations in learning about money and money matters. So let us go to commercial break right now and bring up the presentation that we were going to have earlier in the show, and then let's come back and talk more about how you first started and how you are helping people in the community. Awesome. Let's go to commercial break. Mark's queuing it up, so we're going to wait for a couple of seconds. Let me ask you, when you started, Adrian, when you started, how old were you when you started doing Forex trading?
I started trading Forex about 1.5 years ago. Okay. I started doing investments about 15 years ago. Okay. My background, I'm a financial advisor and business consultant. So I've been in business for 25 years. That's awesome. But I've been in finance for about 15 to 18 years. Okay, that's awesome. Tell me a little bit about your co-founders. So my co-founders is 4 founders. Megan Lynch, which is the master distributor. Megan's a school teacher, retired school teacher. Reagan, her twin sister, they're twins, Megan and Reagan. Reagan is our chief relationship officer. And so Reagan pretty much handles all of our customer service and relationship with the field to make sure everything goes smooth with them. Jacob Mickle, is our VP of sales, VP of global sales. He handles everything with the field to make sure the field and distribution is going smoothly. That's great. And Megan and Reagan are twins, you say? Yeah, they twins. They live in Ohio. They live in Dayton, Ohio. They actually twin sisters. They just had a birthday. We just celebrated 2 weeks ago. So tell me some of the more exciting things that you're doing with youth. And one of the reasons why you're a part of our Black Business Expo USA is because we are giving scholarship money to youth. And this would be a great way for some of our youth to get involved with you. How would they get involved? We're getting involved through the academy. Mr. Graves has a link that they actually enroll into the program through. Then they actually come into our youth program, and they get mentored by me and my coaches twice a week. Twice a week, we have 2 classes for them on Saturday, at 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. on Wednesdays, and Mondays and Wednesdays at 8 p.m. We mentor them for about an hour to an hour and a half. As we're going on our regional tours in different cities, like Baltimore, July 9th and 10th, we're starting to do youth regionals at our extreme regionals, where the children in those inner cities can come out and get a live session of coaching and mentorship. So right now we're working on the mayor of Baltimore coming to our Baltimore event and some of their youth groups to come out, and I'm a coach their youth group. So they get enrolled through an affiliate, then they come into the coaching session, and then as they level of understanding increases, we put them into our AP classes and we work with them more individually based on their skill set. Okay, so you talked about how the youth can get involved. That is fabulous, because you are right. The youth are not our future. They are our now. Absolutely. And we have to promote them and uplift them and encourage them and give them the tools they need to succeed, and reach back, as you said, to let them know that there's a different way. There is a better way. But I want to talk a little bit now about the old heads. How you gonna get us involved? Well, Extreme FX was originally built as a program for adults, right? And so we created the youth division. So the enrollment process is actually the same. You get enrolled through an affiliate, and then the adults per se have their own coaching calls as well. Okay, so when you say coaching calls, walk me through
a sample process. You are Brother Grace. It doesn't make a difference which one.
Okay. So when the person gets enrolled inside of StreamFX, what happens of it is by the time they get enrolled, we have what we call 8 days of trading. When they go through the 8 days of trading, it's on Zoom, right? And so they go through the Zoom courses a couple of days throughout the week for about an hour to an hour and a half. And we get their basic setups of how to set up a chart, how to do an MT4, how to copy and paste the signal so they can become profitable even while they learn it. Second step of that is they go through the academy. They go through the academy and they start watching the videos and taking notes as a regular student would, just as in a college course, right? You just watch the videos, take notes. Then you begin to apply every week because we have live sessions every day, Monday through Friday from 9 to 10 o'clock. We have live sessions that we have live educators that's actually in the market trading live, and you get an opportunity to trade with them, building up your student confidence. As you begin to repeat that process, your confidence is only going to increase, where you start to have more understanding yourself of actually what you're doing, what you're seeing, what you're understanding. And then twice a week, we have what we call market forecasts on Wednesday and Sunday. Well, one of my educators, 34 years old, $69 million trader, he trades and teaches students twice a week to look at the market and see what's going on. Like the weather forecast, we have a market forecast, and they begin to post their trades for the week. So trading is something like golf. It's consistency. If a person goes through the 8 days of trading, they go through the academy and they get in the live sessions with the educators, naturally, as a byproduct, they're going to understand the market as they become profitable, just naturally.
Understanding the market is very scary to some people. And I know that trading FX, if you get this down, you're definitely going to be earning significant amounts of money. But what about the people who are interested in the concept, but they're not interested in actually trading hands-on? What do you offer to them?
So the people that's interested in the concept of trading but not trading themselves directly,
yes,
so they just they're just signal takers. A person that doesn't actually want to trade but want to become profitable, I was that person at first. I just took signals because my business schedule was so busy, but I made money just taking signals until I made time to learn the market, to be actually get more in depth as a student myself. So if a person who just want to make money from the market but doesn't want to take a lot of time to study the skill set, because trading is a skill set, they actually can just become a member, pay their subscription, $99 to become a student, and get the signals, and they'll make a couple $100, $1,000 every month just by taking signals. So that would be the concept for the person who doesn't want to spend a lot of time but do want to make some money and be profitable.
All right. Now, copying and training. Copy and trading. So copy and trading. I'm hearing signals about copy and trading. What does that mean? You said signals.
Okay.
What does that mean? Explain that a little bit better.
So a signal is, if a signal means, if it's almost like insider trading. If I give you a stock tip, right? If I give you a stock tip, I say, hey, listen, Miss Barbara, GameStop stock is about to shoot up through the roof. That's a signal. I gave you an alert of what to look for, right? And so now it's up to you to take advantage of that, right? So signals in the Forex market is the same way. If we have USD versus Euro, and I give you a signal, say this is a buy, you need to buy USD and sell Euro, you copy the coordinates that I send you and you paste it inside your MetaTrader 4, which is an app on your phone. You copy my exact coordinates, just like a plane flies by coordinates. Trading in the market is by coordinates. So I send you the coordinates, you paste it inside your phone in your MetaTrader 4, and you hit buy or sell, right? Whichever one I tell you to do, and you get inside the trade, live market. And so I'll tell you when to get out. It's something called a stop loss. So it's risk management. So I'll tell you if the market is going too far down or too far up, this timing may not be right. Stop the trade. I'll give you the coordinates of when to get out the trade as well. So I tell you when to get in, and I tell you when to get out. These are copy and paste signals that come with Forex trading.
I love it. So tell me again, you said, I heard a number like $99. Is that $99 a month?
Absolutely. So it's like a Netflix account, right? Netflix, you pay it every month to keep watching movies every month. Our platform is set up the same way. You know, you pay your monthly subscription to get your monthly signals that you're going to be profitable with every month. And so it's a continuation of use of the service to be able to stay profitable.
That's really good. And so when you started, you said you started as somebody who just accepted signals. How long did you stay at that point? How long did you stay at that part where you were just accepting signals?
For a couple of months, so about 3 or 4 months. I just took my signals as I did my day-to-day life and ran my other business, because I own about a dozen different companies. And so, you know, me being so busy like everybody else in America, right? I just took signals because I had an interest in the foreign exchange market, but I didn't really have the time to commit to it, but I wanted to make money from it. So when people come to the platform that's like that, I don't down it, because I was the same way. It's fine, right? Everybody's going to benefit at the level that they want to in the season of their life. As I moved forward and I got more intrigued based upon the market, I took more time, because you make time for whatever you want to.
Say that again.
I pushed stuff to the side and I made time to get more in depth as a student. And then I became even more profitable because I understood the market on my own.
So you just intrigued me just now. You said you have more than one business, like 6 businesses. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, I own a dozen companies. Like I own a dozen companies. And so I got part ownership of a lot of companies. I own a logistics company. I have about 6 or 7 trucks. I have a consulting firm. I have a marketing firm. I have my own app. You know, I got a lot of different things going in the business space. I got a creative co-working space in Nebraska that we help entrepreneurs and youth programs in Nebraska. So that's kind of been my green thumb for business. You know, I retired when I was 30. And so at that point, I'm 36 now. And so what I learned to do from a lot of my mentors is how to make my money make money, and so back into other businesses. And so I began to partner with businesses and got a profit share of different companies that was an interest to me. So different thing that's an interest to me, I own a piece of a business in that space.
That is brilliant. And I want to ask you, so when you say you are in a bunch of different companies, you definitely put a dividing line between what you're doing with Extreme FX, but you also are part owner in other companies. I want you to clarify that for the audience.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So with me,
your audio is skipping out on us, Adrian.
okay, I'm sorry. I had a call that came through. So for me owning, you know, multiple different companies, that's kind of like always been my thing. And so it doesn't feel overwhelming to me because it's all stuff that I like. You know, I think when most people get inside of a lot of business they don't like, it feels like work. But all of my businesses are naturally in my area of interest. And so what I do is I divide up my time, I compartmentalize my time based upon my different levels of interest. And then I get reports, and then I show up, I do my part. I make sure these businesses are running systemically and that they can grow and be profitable. So this is my contribution to every company that I'm a part of, is to keep them growing systemically. It's the same thing I did with Extreme FX. Me being the CFO is because of my extensive business background. I brought a lot of structure and systems to the table to make sure the company would be profitable and become a legacy company. I don't run off emotion with companies. Companies are based upon numbers and factual things. And sometimes as an entrepreneur, ambition to get you in trouble, because your ambition to have your eyes is bigger than your pocket. You know what I mean? So you learn that, you know, you eat an elephant a bite at a time, you know? And so something I've learned, that God gives you a vision for the later, not always for the now. And some entrepreneurs get in trouble because they do too much right now that God showed you for later. And so you have to learn how to scale up. And I learned that in corporate America. I was a district manager for a Fortune 500 company for 5 years when I came out of college. And I learned from some Jewish guys of how they would scale up. We used to have plans 2 years in advance.
Come on.
It wasn't always right now. We had plans that was a couple years in advance. And based on the seasons of the business, we scaled into different models. Some entrepreneurs, they scale up too fast based on their ambition when their business is not prepared for that. And that's how you grow too fast and your business fails. So within Extreme FX, I knew where we was going, but I made sure we scaled up slowly so that the infrastructure could be around for legacy, not just temporarily.
That is amazingly true. 100% facts. And so we as sometimes as entrepreneurs see a big picture, but it's not time for the big picture as yet. I'm telling you, you are dropping some huge, huge nuggets right here. One of the things I want to talk more about right now is your articulation of speech. And how do you get to a place where you can convey your message, mean what you say what you mean, and most importantly, get other people to listen to what you are saying?
Well, I think a lot of that for me, Ms. Barber, is personal development. I think you got to spend time with yourself. Most people don't spend enough time with themselves to know themselves. It's something said to thy own self be true. And
Yes.
so I believe that I've spent enough time with myself, and hundreds and then thousands of dollars going to courses and trainings. I've invested into myself. I believe just like anything else, if you invest into houses and cars and clothes, I mean, surely you're more valuable than houses and cars and clothes. You can invest money into books, educations, and trainings. And so I've been to a lot of trainings, and then to be quite frank, I'm a spiritual person. I spend time in meditation. And so for me, I got one with myself, and then different challenges of life, I've learned how to go through challenges and learn lessons. You don't take losses, you take lessons. And so when I went through my lessons, I learned how to adjust my posture. I learned how to adjust myself and learn my own emotions, so I know what triggers me and what doesn't, right? And so when you learn yourself, it's easy to communicate with other people when you know how to talk to yourself. Most people don't know how to deal with themselves. So it's difficult for them to deal with the masses when they haven't mastered their self. And so I like to be a person that's true to myself, respectful of others, and be in a position where I can speak from my heart, because I'm only speaking what I lived. I don't have to speak regurgitated information. So that's why I can give it with passion, because I lived it. And so when you come from a place of experience, you speak at any time on any level because you actually lived it.
You are amazing, refreshing young man. I want to tell you that I am so, like, I have the right to be proud of you, but I am so proud of you. Let me tell you, the other thing I want you said was really, really crucial. You said, well, actually, you said a lot of things that are really, really crucial, but I want to pinpoint personal development and training, because you're talking my wheelhouse when you talk training, right?
Yes,
but
ma'am.
how much training do you think, or when do you stop training? When do you stop?
When you die. Yeah,
Say it again.
yeah. Training is an ongoing process. Evolution is mandatory. Like, we all evolve. Like, when does the caterpillar stop thinking about becoming the butterfly? Like, it's always evolution. We always go through phases of learning, no matter what stage of life we in. God got something to do with us on all levels. And so I've always been a person that wants to indulge in training. I get excited about training. Maybe it's my sports background. I came up playing football and basketball and running track, and training was always a part of excellence. And so when we get in business, and even as we become adults, we can never stop training. We have to learn how to be better parents. We have to learn how to be better partners to our spouse. We got to learn how to be better leaders to our team. Your income is a reflection of your outcome. You always got to put more out to the universe to get more into yourself. And so, it's something that I believe all the time. You never stop training. Never.
Love it. I love it. Okay, audience, do you hear this? This young man talking about training, that you need to have self-development. People have a misconception about spending dollars on training, spending dollars on personal development. Who's more important than you to develop yourself? That's my question. If you don't develop yourself to be the next level, then what? If you're not growing, I'm going to quote my sister, Donna, who's on the chat with all of the comments and thumbs up. She's loving you guys, let me tell you. Who says if you're not growing, you're rotting?
That's right.
And so what would you say to young people, old people, about your personal development courses and information that you give with Extreme FX?
Well, I would tell a person to plug in, right? And so that's a big part of success, is showing up, right? You got to show up. I always say show up for your own success. You can't be watching everybody else's success and don't show up for your own. You got to show up for your own success. And I believe Extreme FX Global Academy with our extreme team coaches have done an amazing job of building an all-around platform that no matter what your nationality is, you can learn. We have a French course, we have Spanish, we have English, obviously. A person can come from any walk of life because we're global, and they can identify with a leader that speaks their language and looks like them, and they can learn what they need to learn, right? And so because we have personal development on there, we have financial literacy on our course. We have some new enrollment products that's coming out that's going to help you with your credit and your business funding, your personal funding. Like, our whole goal is to keep a person well-rounded as an individual. You don't become successful overnight. There's no such thing as an overnight success. Overnight success is a 5-10 years. You know what I mean? It's continuation of working on yourself. So when a person comes into Extreme FX Global Academy, they have a perfect platform to get all different types of training to help them go to the next level.
That's amazing. That's just amazing what you've done. What you've done in your life, what you've done with personal development, what you've done with Extreme FX. I want to talk some more about the steps to achievement, the steps to greatness, the steps to bettering yourself, especially those of us in the Black community that may not know exactly how to get there.
Absolutely. So a lot of what the steps of achievement, I tell a person this, plan your work and work your plan. You got to know what you're going for. Write it down, make it plain. Any steps you want to get done in your life, and be honest with yourself. I believe in short-term, mid-term, and long-term goals. You got to celebrate small victories. Sometimes so many people want a big victory. They want to get the big house. They want to have the big car, but celebrate your score going from 550 to 620. Celebrate your credit score going from 620 to 680. Celebrate the small victories along the way. Emotionally, it builds you up as a person, individual, to be proud of yourself because you're going in the right direction. Celebrate all those small victories along the way. If you want to be a big business leader, find yourself a coach and a mentor, right? I believe success leaves clues.
Yes.
So get under the wing of an eagle that's soaring and stay close to that eagle. If you fly in the same path of an eagle that's going in the right direction, the wind comes off of you and you actually get to your direction faster. You get there with less resistance. So I believe you have to make your goals, write it down, right? You have to be in a position when you get around leaders that's winning at a level that you want to win at, and get around a person whose vision is big enough. I mean, huge vision, that you can be an assistant to that vision and your vision fits inside of it, so that your vision is being accomplished as you're assisting a greater vision that's bigger than yours. Because we all are built to assist. We all are servant leaders. So if I serve you, Miss Barbara, and you're serving Mr. Grace, we're all serving. So it's nothing about it that's self-centered. It's nothing about it that's taken away from who we are, because we're servicing each other. So I believe a big part of accomplishing goals is writing them down, being in great environments with leaders is going in the direction that you want to go with, right? And then start serving more. I believe the best leaders are the best servants. If
And
you
you are
serve,
absolutely right. You are
you get
absolutely
more.
right about that.
There's no way around it.
I want to entertain some comments, and I want you to give us your information. But we're at the time now that I want to show your video. We've got it queued up. Mike Wilson says, I'm all about training workplace professionals to achieve the next level. So thank you for being out there, Mike Wilson. We appreciate that. Rosa wants to know, do you have 60 plus year olds age?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We have a group called Seniorpreneurs. So as long as you're breathing and you want to learn, you're in the right place.
Donna said, you speak in her language. And so we are, she said some other stuff down here. Old soul, thank you. You're old soul, Adrian Sloan. We appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been my pleasure and extreme, not FX, but extreme pleasure to have you here. Antonio Grace, always awesome to have you on the platform in the same space and time as me. Adrian Sloan, you, my brother, are a brilliant man. and a young man who is doing great things. I appreciate you so much for being on the platform. And let me tell you, look out for Miss Barbara. She's coming for you. She's coming for you. Next week, we're going to be doing the Black Business Expo USA, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., 7 days a week. All kinds of information for all of you to partake in and learn for free. So come out, check out Black Business Expo USA on Facebook and YouTube. It's going to be so much information. It's going to be so much information. Thanks for the information, Donna, for having out there. I am so excited to bring up this presentation that's coming up right now. We're going to end the show tonight with the Zoom session that's coming up right after the show. Represent Your Brand and Unleash Masterclass. I'm doing a masterclass, all those words out there. I'm doing a masterclass right after the show for all people who are learning to speak, train, and teach, as well as engage and unleash the speaker within. I'm going to say good night to all of you. And I want Mark to cue up the video so you can see the presentation for Extreme FX. Thank you and good night.